All right, TEFL teachers, let's talk. We all know and love the ESA framework, right? Engage, study, activate. It's the foundation of pretty much everything we do. But what happens when generative AI crashes the party? That's what we're diving into today, how to adapt our classic lesson plans for this wild new era.
So let's just put the big question right out there. Is AI making homework totally obsolete? I mean, really think about it. If a student can get a perfect, well-written answer from a chatbot in like 10 seconds, what does that mean for the assignments we've relied on for years? It's a huge challenge, and one we absolutely cannot ignore.
And this goes so much deeper than just worrying about cheating. The real problem here strikes right at the heart of our lessons. It's about that all-important final stage, the activate stage.
Now, just for a quick refresher, the ESA framework is so powerful because it's so simple. First, we engage our students, right? Get them interested. Then, we study the new language, and then, and this is the whole point, we have them activate it. They have to use the language themselves, freely, to really build that fluency.
And this is the whole problem in a nutshell. Our goal for a take-home essay is for the student to activate their English. But the new AI reality, the student just activates ChatGPT. They're not producing language, they're just prompting a machine. The roles are completely flipped.
When AI does the heavy lifting, the entire learning objective just vanishes. Poof, gone. The student hasn't practiced, they haven't gone through that productive struggle, and ultimately, they haven't really learned. The goal is completely lost. And that is exactly why we need to adapt, and we need to do it fast.
But here's the really good news. We don't have to throw out our entire teaching philosophy. The ESA framework is still incredibly solid. It's still gold. We just need to give it an urgent update for the world we actually live in today. It's all about adaptation, not abandonment. So what does this update look like? Well, for the engage and study stages, we're really just talking about some minor tweaks. But the activate stage, oh, that needs a complete makeover, a total rethink. This is where we really get to be creative.
So first up, the engage stage. Instead of trying to avoid the topic of AI, we're going to lean right into it. The new goal here is to build a classroom culture of honesty by making AI a totally visible and discussable topic, not some dirty little secret.
And a fantastic way to do this? Put this exact question up on the board. Is it okay to let a robot do your homework? Then just step back and let your students debate it. Don't lecture, just listen. You'll hear some argue it's just being smart, while others will call it cheating. The conversation itself names the elephant in the room and starts to set some real, clear expectations.
Okay, next up, we adapt the study stage. Let's be real, the old message of don't use AI is a losing battle. It's just not going to work. The new, much smarter approach is to teach digital literacy, to shift the entire conversation to how to use this thing responsibly as a learning tool.
And this distinction right here is everything. Using AI as a ghostwriter, where you just outsource all the thinking and creating, that's cheating, plain and simple. But using it as an assistant, now that's different. That's when you do the thinking and the writing yourself first, and then use AI to help you refine it. That's a legitimate skill, and it's our job to teach our students the difference. So what does that actually look like? Well, it could be as simple as using AI like a superpowered thesaurus to find a more advanced word. Or a student could write a whole paragraph and then ask the AI to find, and here's the crucial part, to explain their grammar mistakes. That explanation? That's the learning moment. In both of these cases, the student does the thinking first. The AI is just helping out.
All right, now for the main event, that complete makeover of the activate stage. Our new goal here is to design tasks that are fundamentally human, activities that AI simply cannot do for the student. This is where we get to be clever.
The first strategy is the most straightforward one. Create controlled conditions. For any really high-stakes assessment where you have to guarantee authenticity, just bring it into the classroom. This means writing on paper. Yeah, old school. Or using school devices with restricted internet. It just ensures that the work you're grading is truly theirs.
Strategy 2 is one of my personal favorites, leveraging information gap activities. These are TEFL classics, right? A task where one student has information that another student needs. To finish, they absolutely have to communicate with each other. Think of things like describe and draw, or filling in the missing parts of a partner's schedule.
And here is why this strategy works so beautifully. An AI is an incredibly powerful tool, but it's a solitary one. It cannot participate in a live, spontaneous, human-to-human conversation.
The very nature of an information gap task just makes AI completely irrelevant. And our third strategy brings your presence as the teacher front and center. It's called live and guided writing. You provide a prompt or a sentence starter, and as the students write right there in class, you're physically circulating, monitoring, and giving that real-time feedback. This turns writing from a lonely homework task into a shared human experience that's all about the process.
So, it all comes down to this. The ESA framework is more relevant than ever. We just need to shift our approach. We need to engage with honesty, study the tool to build real digital literacy, and most importantly, activate with intention by designing tasks that are fundamentally, wonderfully human. You see, by doing this, we're not just fighting against a new technology. We are teaching our students how to learn alongside it, making sure that they are always the ones in the driver's seat. So the question I want to leave you with is this: how will you AI-proof your next lesson?